My name is Bob Friedenthal, spelled Friedenthal. I'm what I call a LinkedIn junkie, and I'm a social media addict. So I've got all these issues. So I'm lucky enough to be interviewing Jim Walsh. What I would do to have that name, it's too easy. How did you do that? Oh, probably your parents.
Yeah, there's a lot of Walshes out there, that's for sure. Just look at the
Well,
phone
that's
book,
true
right?
too. Not that many Friedenthals. So, Jim, why don't you give us your credentials, your phone number, your contact information?
Sure. My name is Jim Walsh. I work at Insperity, and my number is 734-578-8070. And my email address is jim.walsh@insperity.com.
So, Insperity, we were talking about this before we got onto this interview. Tell us a little bit about Insperity.
So Insperity was formed by Paul Servati back in 1986. He wrote a book called Take Care of Your People. And so he really pioneered the whole HR outsourcing concept. He was the first to start HR outsourcing, and he wrote a book on the HR outsourcing concept that he created. And it really is a book that talks about really taking care of your people and why that's important. He felt that if you take care of your people, they're going to take care of you, and they're going to want to work for you for a long time. And so this book really exemplifies that, and really how to build a world-class HR department as well.
He kind of created the PEO market, didn't he?
He did.
The whole industry. And years ago, I used to work with a number of Insperity people, and there wasn't that much competition. Now there's more competition, but you always seem to stay ahead of the game.
Right. And he so when he started the HR outsourcing model, now there's about 780 different PEOs out there. So he created the PEO. Definition of PEO is a professional employer organization, and what that means is that we don't just do, it's not just payroll that we do. It's a core component of what we do, but it's more of helping companies build their culture, helping them put in place things that are going to really help their employees succeed and want to continue to work for the organization. Because as we know, the employees that a company has, that a business owner has, really drive profitability. And if they're happy and taken care of, they're going to want to do their best for the employer.
So yeah, so there's a very distinctive advantages in working with a PEO, and one of them that I recall, I don't know if it's still the same way or not, but workers' comp, all the workers' comp is pooled amongst all the companies that they are doing business with, and so what it does is the bigger the volume, the lower the cost. That reasonable statement?
Yeah, it is. And we also help with companies that are, for instance, they might have a higher X mod. So what that means is they're maybe they've had certain claims, and so they're going to be paying more on their workers' comp every year. Typically, when we bring on a client, we're saving them anywhere from 15 to 20% just on coming onto our workers' comp policy. And then also with our safety specialists that the employer gets by working with a dedicated safety specialist that the employer gets by working with Insperity, we help with safety inspections and quarterly calls to the employer to really make sure that they're mitigating risks. We're helping them bring their X mod down, which means they're going to be paying less for their workers' comp. So we really help out in a lot of different areas, from the savings on the workers' comp to mitigating that future risk.
Sounds great. One of the ways that I would term it is probably more now than ever, because of how the shift of the employee has gone from being in an office quite often to off-site. And so having a good handle on these people will really help them. You know, from your perspective, I'm sure you're having to change how you've dealt with employees in a company, right?
Sure, yeah. And with COVID and post-COVID, a lot of companies have remote workers now. So how are employers really navigating that landscape? Well, Insperity will help with that in terms of helping in that area by increasing efficiency and productivity when it comes to your employees working out of the office. And so we have a lot of tools in place that we help companies with to really increase efficiencies, especially in this down economy that we have going on right now. But also because of COVID, a lot of companies are having workers work off-site. So how can they really make them more efficient? And we help in that area.
That's phenomenal, because I would say more now than ever, because of how like you said, the COVID and the shift in people working off-site, that's got to lend itself to a whole bunch of other issues that go on. And I have a very dear client of mine that is an outsourced HR guy, and he's busy. He's very busy, busier now than ever. So anyway, that's anything else that you would like? Oh, I know. Who are you targeting as clients by location?
Yeah, so good question. So we work with companies that are startups, anywhere from 2 or 3 employees up to 1,000 employees. That's kind of like my area. And then we have mid-market where we work from 1,000 to 5,000 clients. So anywhere from 2 or 3 employees to 5,000 employees.
Do you belong to any traditional networking groups?
I do. I'm a part of Associate Corporate Growth, BNI. I go to a lot of networking events. I'm active in the community, part of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Camarillo, and so I started trying to stay really active in the community.
Very cool, very cool. Years ago, Dr. Ivan Meisner, who started BNI, his psychologist was my client many, many, many years ago. And that's where I learned about BNI and what a phenomenal organization that is to help people build business, because it's a referral group. It's really what it's all about. And you get to know everybody. So, okay. So we covered some of your targets. Any particular area are you focusing on for yourself right now instead of the big, huge conglomerate? Is there any specific organizations that you're targeting or groups?
Yeah, so really, we work with white collar businesses and blue collar businesses. It's really, if there's a business owner out there that's looking to possibly do something different, this year, next year, improve efficiencies, want some more cost containment on benefits. We offer Fortune 500 benefits at Insperity that are really affordable. And how we do that, usually 20 to 30% savings on these big company benefits that we offer, is because we pool the companies that we work with under our master umbrella. So we have the buying power to drive those savings, not just on the workers' comp, but on the health insurance as well. And that really helps retain and attract talent for the companies that we work for. So they really like that, and it's one of the reasons why they continue to stay with us. And year over year, we help business owners actually to become more profitable by containing those costs on benefits, but also with the programs that we have in place as a partnership. We work with you to increase your company culture. We offer training and development programs that will help upskill your workforce, and we offer performance management support. So what that includes is climate surveys that will help you do to get a pulse on what the employees of your company, what really matters to them. And so that really helps with increased profitability for the owner, because he knows how can he tailor certain things to really make his employees more productive, and what they're really looking for that'll increase to retaining his employees. And so we're more of like a one-stop shop. We really help in all those areas to really increase productivity for the owner.
Well, the way I look at it, it's even more now than ever because of the fear of recession. I think, C-suite people are concerned about how do you keep your company together during ever increasing difficult times. So that's very helpful information. All right, why don't you do this? I think we've come to the end of our interview. Why don't you go ahead?
Oh yeah, I just want to add one more thing. We just like we like to sit down with the business owners, HR managers, CFOs, and such to really find out how we can help you the best. How can we help your company in this inflationary period, this down, with high inflation, but also with employees that are trying to be more engaged. And so we really help in those areas, really asking those questions. What is it that you need to be successful? Can we help you mitigate risk? We also help with compliance, multi-state compliance for the owner, and all those things. So it really comes down to, is there a fit? How can we help you the best to help your business be more productive and efficient and profitable?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, why don't you give us your, I think we're at the end. Why don't you give us your credentials all over again?
It's Jim Walsh at Inspirity, and my number is 734-578-8070. Love to give you some options if you're looking to make a change, or you're just looking to compare your current situation, what you're paying and what you're getting versus what it would look like with Inspirity. Love to sit down with you for a brief Zoom or in-person meeting to see how we can help. My email is jim.walsh@inspirity.com.
Perfect. And my name is Bob Friedenthal, Friedenthal. You can, if you're looking for an interview of your own, give me a call. I love doing these interviews. I've done about 200 of them in, over a year and a half, a little bit over, not incredibly over. And I'm just enjoying it because people, look, here, end of the day, you getting in touch with Jim Walsh is a great opportunity to help you with your business. And you can reach me at bob@mycity.com. And Jim, thank you so much. I'm going to be signing us off.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
All right. Good to talk to you.
Thanks. You too.